Hello and welcome back to my channel. Life has been lifing lately, so this is a very delayed April empties and declutters. I do have a few things, so I'm going to start with my declutters, and then I have two main categories of empties. So my declutters, first I have this Lego tool. I built another Lego set and we have so many of these around the house that I can get rid of this one. I do not need it because we have about 40 of these. Then my other declutter is this claw clip broke, so it is no longer usable, so I need to declutter that and get it out of my life. The next category that I have is office. So the first thing that I have is a ton of sticker backs. I have been really trying to use the stationery that I have because I do get more stationery stuff. I subscribe to a quarterly like journaling box, which I really enjoy, and that's something like a hobby that I've really been into. So one of the things I have been doing is trying to use the stationery that I have so it's not just sitting around collecting dust, and I'm enjoying the things that I have. So I have all those sticker backs. Then I also used up some address labels that I got, and I've had these for a really long time and I've been sending things out, so I used up some address labels. And then I also at work used up a stack of sticky notes. I go through a lot of these at work. I do not need to buy any of the things that I've talked about so far because I either have more or like stickers I will naturally get with those subscription boxes, and I have a ton already, and sticky notes I also have a ton of. Then I also used up some glue tape. I use this in my journaling. I still have a few left. This is something that I will end up needing to repurchase soon, so probably in the next couple of months, but for right now I have plenty of glue tape. And then the last office thing that I have is this black pen. It is dried out and no longer usable. I used it quite a bit in journaling, so it is time to let this pen go. It lived a life with me, but I have plenty of other black pens, so I do not need to buy anymore, even though I did recently buy some black pens. However, they're all different sizes and I've actually been using them a lot, so I'm giving myself a pass on that, but I really do not need to buy pens. Now my other category is bathroom stuff. So the first thing that I have is this collagen supreme mask. My dryer's going off and the buzzer's really loud, so you probably could hear that in the background. But I got this as a little gift, and instead of just setting it to the side and letting it sit there, I decided to have a nice little pamper session and use it right away. Then I also used up some, and I have some other like little sheet mask things still that I recently bought because I was out and I wanted some. The other thing that I used up was some toothpaste. We still have a little bit of toothpaste in our bathroom stash, so I do not need to buy any, or didn't need to buy any. I do have to look because I'm getting close to finishing up another one that was half used, but as of right now, don't need to buy any new toothpaste. Then I also used up the Ordinary body lotion. I did not like this. The formula is way too like thin and runny, and it's not what I'm looking for in a body lotion, so I would not repurchase this. I prefer a much like thicker body lotion, and I have some that I got as a gift that I like a lot better, so I would not repurchase this, and as of right now I don't need to repurchase body lotion. Then I also used up a Winter Candy Apple hand soap. I got this as a gift at some point, and yeah, use that up. I'm trying to get through my soap stash. I still have a couple left, so I don't need to repurchase any soap right now, but in the future I will need to. This is one that I tend to just get as a gift every so often, so I'm like the scent, so I don't mind it. But yeah, I'm glad I am using up the things that I have, and I also enjoy a fun foaming hand soap. Something else that I used up was some nail polish remover. This I did have to repurchase, and I just get the Target brand one. So this is something that I use all the time. Did have to repurchase. I just get the same one, and this lasts me for a very long time. Then I also had this mini that I got as like a gift with purchase, Hero Force Shield Super Light Sunscreen. I actually really liked this, and I wanted to use this one because it expired in September of 2026, so I'm trying to use these little things that I get, and also just like move the little things out of my collection. And speaking of moving little things out of my collection, in the month of April, I finished 2 little mini perfumes. I am trying to use up all of these little mini sample size perfumes. I just have way too many, and it was getting overwhelming. So that is something that I am actively working on using up. So those are all of the things for my April empties and declutters. I'm sure May will not have very many, but we will see. There's still about half of the month left. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.